Okay, so we're 48 into our, this has really turned out to be a rehabilitation for Buddy, because for whatever reason, it's obviously to me genetics. It's not something that the pet owners have done. And I'm guessing, there's no proof, I don't know, but it seems to me this is the behavior of a dog that has been taken away from its pack or litter prematurely. That would be without knowing anything, that's it. So the value of being with it, the 2 weeks, between 6 and 8 weeks, with the mom, the litter, dogs learn some of the most important behaviors: bite inhibition, how to play, how to subordinate to leadership. So 2 weeks in the life of a dog is huge, and unfortunately, we go to rescue dogs at shelters, and the shelters don't necessarily know the history of the dog. But as you see, he's way back away. He's petrified. Let me see. He didn't eat his dinner last night. So he's on the extreme end of fear. That's the best way to describe it. So I come in, this is going to be a spatial issue, good boy. I don't want to get too into his face. He's cornered now. So again, good doggy, good babe, good. You're a good dog. Good boy, good boy. Stop. Good. So I'm taking my time trying to loop him. He's cornered. Anytime you corner an animal, whether it's human or dog, they either fight or flee. He can't flee. He's locked in here. He's our hostage. Good. And he knows me, so he should have been much better. Good boy. Good. Good boy. Good. And the truth, good boy. Good. And here's what I do. Good. He's nervous. Everything, every noise. So this process is going to take a long time. So we can cut that. Look, he's all over. This is very phonetic. So the first thing I do is I put a piece of rope on so I can control him. I don't let him free roam. Because a free roaming dog gets themselves in trouble. They can't deal with our human world. They don't know what this is, that is. They don't know about vacuum cleaners, noises. So the best we can do is put extra structure in this dog's life. Structure doesn't mean confinement. Okay, today is 48 hours into our training with our friend Buddy. Things are progressing nicely, but he is very on the high end of fear motivated. So the first thing that we do is structure, structure, structure. We have to attempt to replace what nature didn't do for him, his mother, right? So I'm guessing he never learned his life lessons in a natural pack. So that's what we're going to do. I feel good about it. I'm confident about it. Always the disconnect is the pet owners, and I feel optimistic. They have to have a very clear understanding of what's happening here, in my opinion, and to the degree that they can address this. And it really requires, for them, because this is a pretty extreme case of fear, genetic fear, not knowing, having a bite inhibition, being afraid of everything that moves. So my goal is to just socialize, socialize, socialize properly. So we bite, we correct improper behavior. So he wanted to wander away from the pack, I bit him. There's never tension in my body. I'm not looking, I'm not feeling, I'm not touching. These are so important for this dog. As you see, there's a dog behind him. He's got his own set of issues. There's a lot happening here. So the first thing we do, I loop a piece of rope on, so I always need to have control. He has sensitivities. If you come near his head, I couldn't do this a half an hour ago. He's not eating because he's so nervous. But he's not going to starve to death. He might lose some weight. So I'm going to slip this around his neck at some point. Good boy. He's nervous about things. So this is a pee. Good doggy. Good baby. Good dog. Slips over his head. That's it. This doesn't come off. This stays on. That's huge that I was able to do that. Do you see I'm relaxed? I'm looking at the camera. I'm having a human conversation to humans. And I'm having a nurturing dog conversation here. And this is going to be our struggle. And then the real big thing is to know when we can't go further. So moving forward, so here's my friend Buddy. So any change of environment is going to throw him out of balance. It could be the slightest noise, it could be the movement of an animal, a human for sure. So we bite bad behavior by correcting. He knows the SIT. I don't want to talk too much. It's about energy here. Relax. So now I'm going to let him do what he should want to do and investigate his environment. Okay, babe. Okay. I drop the leash. I always do all my training with a leash and collar. When a dog is sniffing the ground, he is hunting. He can't hunt and be worried at the same time. Hey! Good boy. So I make noises. I'm just exposing him to the environment. He's peeing. Good boy, baby. So he has to get used to this. This is wonderful. We're going to cut. Okay, we're concluding our first part of our training, actually, not evaluation. The evaluation already took place. This is our friend Buddy. In my estimation, he's doing very well. From my experience with very fearful dogs. So whatever the humans, however they have to think of him with colorblind. So think of him as a colorblind 3-year-old child who doesn't understand, hears things that you don't hear, worries about things, smells things, and you have to understand that. So what we're doing is he needs to adapt to us. So we're going to cut, we're going to take him for a walk, and you're going to see precisely what I mean by that. Alright, so we're moving forward. We're getting out of our little world here, getting into the real world of distractions. Here's what has to happen. Dog has to adapt to us. Good doggy heel. He's a little afraid of the camera. Good girl. Boy. Good dog. Good. Just be changing steps. Good dog. He's got to learn that. So he's a neurotic little doggy. That's all. He needs to understand. But we're moving along. When I get close to the camera, I'm going to stop. Sit. Buddy. Sit. I correct a little. Sit. We are in, look at this. This is crazy. Cars, people, me yelling and screaming. Good dog. I put things, he doesn't know about any of this. Good. I didn't hit him at this. He's got to have a tolerance of a leaf falling on his head. Because that's what this is. He can't freak out. We're moving along. We're going more into, eventually, the second half, we're going to end up at the train station. Right now, I want to move into a more distracting area. Cut. Alright, so we're continuing. This is more toxic stuff. Dogs don't understand that's an animal. Earlier, he was spooked by this piece of art. So to him, it's a shadowy black and white thing that probably blows in the wind. Watch when we go by. That would have startled him yesterday. So now I'm moving along more. I see a motorcycle. What's a motorcycle? It's another animal that makes a high noise. I want to run, he needs to run. My energy is down here. I turn, he turns. What has to happen, sit. I correct a little, sit. This is hard for him, but I'm pushing the envelope. There's a lot of energy here. There's people. Look at me. I'm not tightening up. Am I afraid he's going to bite somebody? No. If I was, I'd start projecting that. I'm relaxed. By virtue of me having him sit, it puts a lot of pressure on him. So I'm going to let him walk with my lefty walk. I'm up here, not down there. I can't make human introduction. Great. A little suspicious of things, he doesn't know. So figures, even if somebody has a hat on, a pocketbook, everything is different then for the dog. And this dog is particularly sensitive. I stop, Buddy SITs, Buddy, sit. You can see the fear. I validate his behavior with a little love. The most important thing for the pet owners, this is going to be difficult. You have to breathe, look ahead. I'm not looking at the dog. When I pivot out with my right, he needs to stay. Now I can say hello to Jackie. Hello, Jackie. Where's my energy? If I start holding him back and tightening up, I'm going this way. Why? Because that's where I want to go. Good dog. Good dog. Fast, dog attack. do is ignore everything, just focus on me. I'll get them through all of these things. I can go slow. So this is how I walk. We can't teach the handicapped people with the service dog to walk differently. I go this way, he goes this way. I turn left, he turns left. This is very difficult for him. All right, we're good for today.